let's watch the credits roll and take a look back on our adventure. Not just Levant's path, but Cecilia's path too, since this was a new game plus run for me. Though I'm not going to do spoilers, not going to spoil anything on Cecilia's path that, we don't already know from Levant's path, just in case for those who haven't watched the playlist for Cecilia's path there. But yeah, I thought I'd talk about the differences between the two paths and what I thought about those, as opposed to, well, a full review of the game, which I already did on Cecilia's path there. I mean, obviously the music and the graphics are mostly identical, although Levant's path does have a little bit of its own unique music, like the theme when fighting Bon or the Dark General there. But for the most part, the music is mostly the same, although I do like Levant's random battle theme better. That's definitely a given. Not that the Cecilia's was bad, just like Levant's bit more. Got a bit more of a rockin' beat to it, I think. Although I'm not a huge fan of Bon's battle theme as much as most people. I mean, I like the theme, it's nice, but we've got like 12 different battle themes in the game or something ridiculously high like that. I mean, it's not going to be it's not in my top 3, but there's just so many great battle themes. I love it. But yeah, as far as the differences between the two paths, the real major differences are, well, obviously the plot and the battle mechanics there. And even then, there's a lot of similarities there. But overall, for the plot, I like the plot for Levant's path better than I do Cecilia's path. I mean, it's really the difference between, like, a really old school JRPG where, yeah, you got some plot that thrown in there, but it's really mostly just to hold the game together. You got a little bit of character development here and there. Actually, Cecilia's path does have quite a bit more than maybe the really old school stuff, but still, I mean, the basic premise was just, well, you saw, I mean, she got that Force Stone and everything, and she had to go to the monoliths, right? And that was mostly what there was to it. Whereas on Levant's path, it really talked. Well, no, let me go back to that. Also, with Cecilia's path, her storyline really revolves more around her, the character, how she develops over the course of the game. Whereas Levant's path is more event-based than character-based, which is generally more so my preference, because I feel like I can identify more with events that transpire in a game than a character if I don't like absolutely every single character around. And also I like how Levant's path focuses more on like the war, the political intrigue, the racism and everything going on, but not too much, just enough to give it some flavor and make it seem realistic there. And I also like how all the objectives really fit in, and how Levant's party seemed really qualified. I mean, not just physically qualified, because everyone obviously has, you know, the Hexyz force with them, but I mean, mentally qualified. They seemed like prepared to actually save the world, and like someone like, yeah, I could count on this guy to get the job done. Sure. And Cecilia's path, not so much. So that's what I really liked about Levant's path. But on the flip side, though, I like Cecilia's path better when it comes to like the battle mechanics, because her path being more magical based naturally made spear effects a lot more useful for her. So you had a lot more variety in what you could do, and you weren't absolutely overpowered, and you didn't just have like 5 or 6 Ragnafacts on you to just use the brute force method to get through everything. So it kind of forced you to be a little more creative there. Whereas on Levant's path there, his party is obviously much more physical based, but you don't have the healing there that you have on Cecilia's path. So you pretty much have to use the brute force method to get through things, and there's really not a whole lot else you can do with that. I mean, there are some Ragnafacts, like the Grand Ray, which is really nice, but only CL can use that on Levant's path. So it's not until, I mean, you use it a little bit maybe in Chapter 2, but not until like relatively late in Levant's path that you really get to see a lot of that stuff. So between the two paths, I'd say I like Levant's path a little better overall, but it's really close for me. Generally, I value gameplay mechanics over like plot and things like that, but I think the plot really outweighs that in this case. But anyway, since we've done the creation ending, we get some more cutscenes here, so let's go take a look at that. Oh. No one's gonna try and execute you? Well, I suppose everyone who wanted you dead is, well, dead themselves. And Faust is gone. What about Axel? Well, I mean, he's a good guy now, but... Hey, alright! Get to be Empress at 18 years old. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Haha. So yeah, you might have seen this on a little bit on Levant's path, but well, now we're seeing the other side of that. Haha. Let's see. I think that's the Medea Highway. Yeah, I'm almost certain of it. I mean, we don't get a really good look at it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because she was saying she's not used to nighttime being there, so... Yeah, that's gotta be it. Yeah, I wonder. Don't answer that, viewers. What's wrong, Rafi? What's bothering him? Oh, yeah, it's a secret. You have to play Cecilia's path to find out what he's so despondent about. I'll give you a hint. Booty! Oh, I wonder where he went. Oh, hey. What, no one saw him leave? He's the only guy who's got like a full suit of armor like that. How do you miss something like that? But yeah, I like how they changed the spirit tree a little bit there, depending on how you handled that side quest. Nice little touch there. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna raise them in a cave with monsters. That's so much safer for them. Are any of them gonna be girls? Who lays the eggs here anyway? And they probably keep the women somewhere off screen. I don't know. Wow. I guess you gotta spread the good word of Lagerwasser time! Yeah! Greek finally gets his Lagerwasser on screen. Haha! Might be my favorite part of any of the endings. Even the neutral endings, even though that's really cool, and I will be getting to that. But... Woo! Well, Levant would be your boss now. You guys sure are laughing a whole lot. Ulu. He's gone mad. Drunk. I wish we had a Lagerwasser recipe in the game. I mean, we do have Silvervine soup, but maybe that is the Lagobasa recipe, but they just don't want us to know. Ooh. Because I think that's the only recipe that uses Silvervine. Oh. You want to join in, Ciel? Nah, that would be a bad idea, especially since apparently she's in charge now. How are you going to rebuild? There's nothing there to rebuild with. Apparently, when we revived the world with the creation force, it didn't really do a whole lot to the forest there. What happened one day? Yeah, all that paperwork. Well, someone's got to be in charge. I thought it was good to be the king. Or queen, in this case. Yeah, when you got the call, Levant, you got to answer. Hexyz Bailey is always on duty for booty duty. You ought to take after me, Levant. What's going on? Well, he is a JRPG protagonist. Oh. Already? I wonder if she's pregnant already, or if she's just saying, hey, let's go do it now. But anyway, for completing both paths, after going through a New Game Plus, we unlock hard mode. So let's create our save data here, although I'm probably not going to use this save data. I'd probably use my neutral save file when I get to that, but, well, anyway, so now we can unlock that. In order to start a file into hard mode, once you've completed both paths, go to New Game Plus, select your both tails clear data, and then you can continue on to either path. I like how they show you which endings you've already unlocked, like I've done Creation on Levant, Destruction on Cecilia there. And you start a file, and then you can go into hard mode. The basic difference is that all the enemies, their stats are multiplied by 1.5, except their HP is multiplied by 2. I think that's the main difference there. But there is also some unique content there. Let's take a look at the extras mode too here. Now that we've beaten the game, this gets unlocked, although I already did that from beating the first path. But anyway, you can take a look at the list of all your Ragnafacts, your Spear Facts, Force Facts, your armors, anything that you've gotten throughout the entire game is there. And, well, we're not doing too bad. I'm not going for 100% here because I've already done that. But, well, I figured I'd just show you what I've managed to get without really trying that hard. But anyway, yeah, there's some doppelgangers. You could have met up with them in the Chaos Chamber there. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't get each and every one of the mother worms there, so oh well. And there's a few bosses down there that I haven't gotten to yet. But anyway, here's all the avatars for the characters. And you can also look at any of the cutscenes you've unlocked, but there's still 2 that we haven't gotten yet. And as for music, there's still one more song that we have yet to unlock as well. But before going to that, what would Azul have done if we did tilt the vessel towards destruction to begin with instead of creation? Find out next time on Let's Play Hexyz Force. This is Hexyz Bailey signing off. Have a good day.